With Sparking Zero's first ever DLC releasing in January of 2025, the year is already starting off strong for the game. So the question is, now that March has started, what's next for the game? Well, today we're going to be breaking down the Daima DLCs for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, including a little bit of news for the game, as the game has now been out for 5 months and is slowly pushing its 6-month mark. So without further ado, let's get into our first piece of news. Sparking Zero has hit 5 million sales. That means they've sold around 5 million copies. There's not an exact explanation whether this was digital and physical sales combined, but even if it was, this is an amazing amount of sales to hit, even given that the game has never gone on sale. So you can imagine 5 million times a $70 price tag. Yeah, that is a lot of sales. That is at least $350 million, which is an amazing sign for Dragon Ball's longevity and a huge look at a possible sequel. So with the good news out of the way, let's get into the discussion topic of today's video, and that is of course the Daima DLCs. And yes, we are going to be talking about, spoilers, the Super Saiyan 4 transformation that was revealed in Daima. Yeah, while it hasn't exactly been clarified in the show, Figuarts and other translations have confirmed that this form is in fact Super Saiyan 4. Obviously, we kind of figured that out with Goku going from Super Saiyan 2, 3, and then finally 4 in the latest episode of Daima. We don't even know what's coming out in the last episode, which by the time this video is out, the episode should be out in a few hours. We're all probably excited for either a fusion or maybe a Vegeta form, who knows. But without further ado, let's break down all the characters that are probably going to be in these 2 DLCs, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a third, because I mean, look at the sheer number of characters that should be added to the game. There's just way too much. So without further ado, let's start from the bottom and make our way up, because you know, yeah, it gets better from there. So there's obviously Aransu, which is a prominent figure in the show, Degesu, Du, Ku, Ginyu Force, Pansy, Glorio, Goma, Tamagamis, who are kind of a big side quest throughout the series. There's Supreme Kai, and now it's the main cast. So Piccolo Mini, Adult Vegeta, his Super Saiyan 2 and 3 form, Vegeta Mini also with his 3 forms, because we have seen all of their forms, all of these in the show so far. I would be absolutely amazed to see these forms in the game, especially Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I mean, the only Super Saiyan 3 we've ever gotten for Vegeta was in Burst Limit, and that was basically a non-canon transformation. With this transformation finally canonized for Vegeta, we can see the first representation of canon Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in the games. Now, finally on to the main course, and of course it's Adult Goku and Goku Mini with his Super Saiyan 1 to 4 transformations. Now, we've already gotten a look at Goku Mini's base form, and his animations have been absolutely spectacular. We can expect that level of quality for the rest of his forms, including Vegeta and Adult Vegeta. I mean, if you've watched the show, you know how amazing the fights were and how well the Sparking Zero developers are able to implement these fighting animations into the game. Something we want to look out for is the potential discussion of a fusion in the final episode. We're not sure if this is going to happen, but if it happens, do believe that that's also going to be a huge entry to these DLCs. Now, how this is probably going to be distributed is the mini characters are probably going to be a part of the first DLC. I mean, it's already been confirmed that Vegeta Mini and Glorio are a part of the first DLC, which continues to add on to that mini theory, because not gonna lie, you might not agree with me, but the first half of Daima was definitely overshadowed by the last half of Daima, or more specifically the latter end of Daima. And so if they decide to split up the DLCs into, you know, when they were kids for the most of the show, to the adult forms towards the end of the show, that would make complete sense. So the first DLC is most likely going to feature characters that were prominently showcased in the first half. In the majority of the show, this is going to include Vegeta Mini, Goku Mini, the Tamagamis, Piccolo Mini, Glorio, Pansy. The latter half is probably going to feature Adult Goku, Adult Vegeta, Piccolo, as you know, he also got his transformation back to an adult. The Tamagamis, more, who knows? What we know for sure though, Goma is probably going to be a latter DLC as well, because he was definitely, you know, just the last few episodes, and he was a huge part of it. I mean, he's the main villain for sure, with his belt, with his eye and everything. So that's going to be a DLC that's very exciting, and we're all going to be looking out for it. It's probably going to be worth way more than the superhero DLC. No offense, it is something that's like relatively 2 years old, not as hype. We're all more hyped for Super Saiyan 4, let's be honest. It's the best Dragon Ball has ever looked, and if it can be implemented well in Sparking Zero, why the hell not? We've already seen games like Dokkan and Legends have Daima in their game, but they are a little more live servicey, and it kind of makes sense for them to have it. Sparking Zero, on the other hand, will release this to the format of DLC. You can expect a similar pricing to the superhero DLCs, which it is pretty pricey, but as long as you pre-ordered the deluxe edition or ultimate edition, you'll have it already. If you haven't, you'll have to buy the DLC pack, but don't worry, it isn't too expensive, but yeah, it is still maybe not worth it for all the players. So yeah, let me know what you think about the upcoming DLCs down in the comments below. Are you excited? More excited than the superhero DLC perhaps? And are you looking forward to see our next set of playable Super Saiyan 4 characters in the game? Most specifically Goku so far? What do you think? Do you prefer GT Super Saiyan 4 or Daima more? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you're excited for Sparking Zero and further updates, do hit the subscribe button and like for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.